What if I told you that the reason why you're not manifesting your dreams is not because you're not trying hard enough, but because you are trying too hard? What? You see, in manifestation techniques, oftentimes it is taught that you need to desire something so deeply that it consumes you and then it becomes inevitable for you to become successful. However, if your desire is misaligned with your beliefs, good luck. It's not going to work. And no amount of visualization, affirmations, whatever affirmations you do are going to help you achieve that. In fact, what happens is that if you have a misaligned desire and you have a misaligned belief, okay, it creates this gap, this zone of, it creates this resistance. And this gap can be called the tension gap, essentially. And the further away, the further away your desire is from your actual beliefs, the more it repels the actual reality in which you're looking to create, rather than attracting the reality, which is what you were attempting to do. What? And so, let's take an example. For example, I want to have financial freedom. I have the belief in that, and this is something that I've had for years of having my own financial freedom. And but I had beliefs around that making money is bad, money is evil, and that I inherently need to be a good boy. And so these beliefs were not aligned with my desire of having financial freedom and making millions of dollars. In fact, they were so far away from each other that I've created such a tension gap and so much resistance in myself that the manifestation, that what I manifested was a state of essentially suffering, a state of switching between one pendulum to the other. I would focus on my desire. Let's go start a business. Let's go start something. Let's go do something. And I get so excited about it. And then I would just collapse. Like, what in the world am I actually doing? I need to be working for someone. I need to be positioned in a job. I need to be doing this. And it was just creating this tension, wishy-washy. And you're like, what is going on? You see, your external reality is a reflection of your internal identity. This is called the mirror principle, where basically everything you see on the outside is a reflection of what you see yourself as. And what I came to realize is that you don't create what you want, you create who you are. And that when that dawned on me, was I realized that I need to align my beliefs with my desires. And this became pretty interesting, and I needed to align it in such a way that it was aligned with the version of me who already has that. So aligning myself with the version that exists of me in a parallel reality, and this is from the book by Frederick Dodson, Parallel Universes of Self. And it's aligning with the version of you that actually already has that which you're looking to accomplish, and aligning those beliefs, emotions, and your vibratory emotions with that particular reality. Now, it's different from faking it till you make it. Faking it till you make it it's not that. It's embodying the energy of that particular individual and aligning yourself from there. So the two ways in which I approached this was to either upgrade my beliefs, or two, downgrade my desires. What do I mean by that? So my beliefs were, so instead of money is bad, money is this, I'm like, money is a way in which I can align myself to something that I like more of. And then I downgraded my desires. Instead of I need to be making millions of dollars, of my desire and there being, well, money is a way in which I can align myself to survival and stuff like that in this world. And so it was something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what it was, but all of a sudden, that new desire and that belief, the tension gap between the two substantially reduced. And now the chances of me actually attaining that, and I have attaining that, was actually okay. Now they're aligned. You see, it's about aligning your beliefs, your emotions, and your way of being with the version of you that has already accomplished that particular thing. And I learned this from the book The Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick Dotson. Absolutely wonderful book, and I fully recommend you to check this thing out. And in that particular book, it expresses the fact that this isn't fake it till you make it. Oh yeah, well, I'm just going to pretend I'm going to be this very person. But no, it's tapping into the energetic state of that person that already has achieved that particular thing, and aligning myself to it as much as possible to then attract that particular reality. And so it's done in two particular ways. One of which is to upgrade your beliefs, and two is to downgrade your desires. So I downgraded my desires. Instead of making millions of dollars, I downgraded my desire to, I just want to make enough to survive and to have a healthy life. Okay, well, that's a lot easier. And then I upgraded my beliefs by consistently going down and questioning the beliefs. Now, for another video, I'm going to be creating my whole spiel on beliefs and how they go. But essentially, I believe that you have a sponsoring belief, and that sponsoring belief basically creates different sort of beliefs, which then often create different sort of beliefs and different sort of beliefs, and they kind of create this entire tree. And then you have different sponsoring beliefs, which all interrelate, all of which block who you who make you as you are. But then you have these particular belief systems and sets that can actually block access to who you really are. And so, for example, on how you can actually go on what this looks like is that you could have a sponsoring belief, like a deep-rooted belief, that even though you don't believe in consciously, subconsciously, somewhere in there deeply you do, of something around worthlessness, like I am worthless. And then that belief over time, over years of you existing in your particular way of life, has attracted the belief system, and it's fed into the belief system that I'm not good enough, I'm not enough, I'll never be able to amount to something or something like that. And then those have then sprouted into different other belief systems, which is, I don't know, something like, oh, I'll never be able to make it, I can't start my own company, money is evil, and stuff like that. And so these more superficial beliefs tend to be a lot more easily accessed by the conscious mind. And so if you actually go down and start to explore these particular belief systems, you'll find that, and according to one of my other mentors, Bashar, that once you actually get to the core of a belief and you start to see the false version of it, like how untrue it is, it collapses in and of itself. However, with a deeply rooted belief, I believe that it's actually interconnected with a bunch of different other beliefs, and it's a lot harder, I find, than these more shallower beliefs that you have. And maybe the shallow beliefs are what is actually creating that entire gap for you. And by able to upgrade those shallower beliefs, that might be enough to reduce that tension gap and upping your probability of attaining the very thing that you're looking to attain. So I started going down, and I started to really question my beliefs and reframe them, and I went down deep, definitely touching down into the worthlessness. And I know there's deeper and deeper beliefs than that, but this is the journey that I'm on. And so, and in doing so, what happened was that the tension gap between them reduced. Now, sometimes, even though you think consciously that this is what happened, the tension gap reduced, you might have had another belief system here that was untouched, that was out of your awareness, that also has this tension gap between that actual desire. And so it's something to really explore. You might have an accumulation of tension gaps, which is keeping this desire away. And I found that the more you wanted to get away from these negatively oriented beliefs, I found for me is like the more I had to desire something outlandish to balance out all that negativity, and which actually just created a state of tension. And I was like, oh, it's so hard to actually become that very thing. Instead, I was just chasing the idea of it rather than becoming the very thing. So to recap real quick is that you might not be manifesting your particular your dream because your desire is misaligned with your beliefs. And the more that your desires and the more that your beliefs are misaligned, the further they are, they create this tension gap. And the bigger the tension gap, the more resistance and the more you're pushing it away from you. And the way in which I found that actually really helps that is to start to question your belief system, start to go down and inquire about it, reduce, upgrading your belief system to something more in alignment with the version of you that you want to become, or downgrading your desire that you're chasing and going, and you can also do the same thing, and downgrading your desire to close that tension gap and have that thing become your reality, and then incrementally move it towards where you're looking to go. So remember, if you like this video, please subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, it's not about chasing your dream, it's about becoming your dream.